Buchanan and Watt are all fired up, I can tell you, and all the greats of Scotland's past, from Lynch onwards, must be looking down on this. This is special here tonight. The only problem is Arthur is yet to get into this ring and get to work. A new young champion, allegedly a man on the way up. A former champion, Gomez, allegedly on the way down. But who could be sure in a fight atmosphere like this? It's next. This is Edinburgh, and this is what they've been missing. And to think that all along, men like the great Buchanan and Bobby Neal, an Edinburgh fighter from the 60s who won the British featherweight title, even he didn't get this sort of hometown acclaim. Neither of those two ever fought in their hometown. Now we know why Alex Arthur was so keen to appear in front of his own people here tonight. It is the big test. Michael Gomez, the former British super featherweight champion, not a man to be intimidated easily. Well, if it's as good as the build-up, we're in for an absolute classic. Just a reminder that you can access the Sky Active menu at any time simply by pressing the red button on your remote. All is set then for our top of the bill here. Let's join Michael Pass, our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to enter the arena now, the challenger from Manchester, Michael Gomez.
Well, you can talk about fights of the year. I think what we've got here already is the atmosphere of the year. There are 3,000 people, a sellout in here, and about 40 of them are supporting Michael Gomez, who's going to know he's a long way from Manchester tonight. It's a furnace he's walking into.
It really is. This is an unbelievable atmosphere, and it's all against Michael Gomez, but I don't think that'll put him off. He's a sort of character who's tough, determined, and I think, if anything, he'll enjoy being the underdog. He'll feel he has something to prove.
This is a guy with a degree from the University of Life, who came from children's homes to make something of himself in boxing. A lot of scrapes out of the ring as well. British champion, Lonsdale bout, then it all went wrong. Can he put it all back together again tonight? Well, he's got a few fans here, brave fans too, wearing the traditional sombreros of the Gomez supporters. And Ricky Hatton has got one of those hats on too. He is in the Gomez corner as a stablemate of his. There he is, Ricky in the background. And Arthur about to make his entrance. And they'll take the roof off when they see him, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the champion from this nation's capital, Edinburgh, amazing Alex Arthur.
Blimey, Glenn, what's it going to be like when he fights for the World Championship if he ever does?
Well, isn't it great? It's wonderful. I think the area deserves to have a big name like Arthur here, and haven't they responded? Haven't they come out really as fantastic support?
Absolute bedlam in here tonight. We could be at Hampden Park itself. It's that kind of atmosphere with Scotland playing England, and of course it is an Anglo-Scottish confrontation. They know it. We've had Flower of Scotland ringing around the arena, and of course Alex Arthur is Edinburgh's golden child. Commonwealth Games gold. And Gomez is trying to intimidate him as he gets in the ring. I don't think he's going to wash with this guy. He's pretty icy.
He is pretty icy, pretty cool. He's got so much confidence in his own ability, and he's got a cool head.
This could be a bit special for the British Super Featherweight Championship. but it's rocking here, as you can hear. Gomez is a year older at 26. Reach advantage for Alex Arthur. And both of them on the 9 stone 4 limit, though Arthur needed 3 attempts. He was 6 ounces over originally. Gomez has been a pro for longer, like Arthur. He's been a British champion. He's got a Lonsdale belt to keep at home. Arthur, though, 87% knockout ratio. He's got a real dig with the left hand to the body, particularly. Wins the Lonsdale belt outright tonight to keep Arthur if he wins this fight. Big incentive.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Meadowbank Stadium here in the city of Edinburgh. Tonight, Frank One Sports Network, www.frank1.tv, the Edinburgh Evening News and Lonsdale London proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Super-Featherweight Championship of Great Britain. Welcome to viewers watching this broadcast live and exclusively on Sky Sports. The officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, shooting charge Mr. Bernard Connolly. And so, people of Edinburgh, live from the Meadowbank Stadium, this is the big one! Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white, tangerine and green coloured shorts. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled on the championship limit, 9 stone 4 pounds exactly. He has an outstanding record, 33 contests, 28 wins. 18 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 5 defeats. Presenting the challenger this evening and the former Super Featherweight champion of Great Britain from Manchester, Michael Gomez. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with gold and red. At the weigh-in yesterday, he also scaled on the championship limit, 9 stones, 4 pounds exactly. He's an undefeated boxer, 16 contests, 16 wins, 14 of those wins going by way of knockout tonight, making the 3rd defense of his championship, presenting the Super Featherweight champion of Great Britain from Edinburgh, amazing Alex Arthur. Timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Ricky Gilmore from Glasgow, and the referee, a warm welcome, please, for star referee Mr. John Coyle from Wolverhampton. 12 rounds.
Okay, guys, I ask you 3 things. Obey the rules, obey my instructions, and let's see good sportsmanship. Shake hands. Shake hands, guys. Good luck.
Good ref for a good fight. John Coyle, it might be his last British Championship fight. This is 65 and will be retiring at the end of the year. So good luck to him as well tonight. He's been a splendid official over the years, the man from Wolverhampton. Michael Gomez, on the night that the clocks go back an hour, will hope that they can go back for 3 years to the days when he was ripping men apart as the British champion himself. But it's Arthur who has the crown at the moment, in the white trunks. You know what you're going to get from Gomez, and he gets him with a left hook early, and he seemed to have an effect, and Arthur's shaken up by a right hand as well. It's a bad start for Alex Arthur. Those punches have hurt him. This is his biggest test, all right, and Gomez has made a great start, ripping home shots in the opening 20, 30 seconds of the fight. What a start, Glenn.
Unbelievable start. Tremendous left hook from Michael Gomez, and he caught Arthur flush, and the legs went wooden there. And a bad start for him. He's got to get through this, standing very tall, and that chin is in the air.
He is a bit upright as well at times, Arthur, and can be vulnerable to getting hit with left hooks. Gomez, so intense, there is a burning ferocity and concentration about him. There has been all the way through the build-up, and everyone around him says he has never, ever been in shape like this. But Arthur picks up his rhythm at last after that cold start.
Well, Arthur has to get that jab working. He's trying to do that now just to keep Gomez off balance and get the rhythm for the rest of his punches.
Arthur's star potential against Gomez is battle-hardened qualities. Arthur seems to have recovered from a rocky opening half minute and is starting to do some of his better work. He says he's had an icy self-belief about him all week, but again his head is knocked back by a Gomez left hook. Gomez wants this badly. He believes his whole career is on the line here. He's right as well.
They're good jabs from Gomez. He's looking strong, getting a lot into those punches.
And he's getting close enough to land them too. Arthur having to keep things on the outside, some good shots from him, but back comes Gomez again, who's been there and done it at this kind of level. But is Arthur something a bit above this level? Is he potential world-class? He rams home some great-looking headshots of his own with the left hooks. Good comeback from Arthur in the round.
But this is better now. He's starting to get that rhythm, starting to fire off the combinations. And look, the classy fighter he is.
Needs to use that height and reach. His reach is as big as heavyweight legends Joe Frazier and Rocky Marciano. Needs to use it, but Gomez again gets in close. You can't hear the bell. They haven't heard the bell, and frankly neither did I, but it was a great opening round. British boxing fans being spoilt at the moment. Brody Chi last week was a wonderful fight, whatever the controversy, and now this, and Arthur in trouble in the opening seconds.
Yep, twice, 2 times the legs went there as he was caught by good shots. Obviously a bit cold, but that was significant for Gomez.
And maybe a little bit worrying as far as the future's concerned with Alex Arthur too, but that's to be discussed later. Round 2 here. Arthur has obviously been told by the corner, just soften him up with that jab, use some lateral movement, use the height and reach. This is more what Arthur needs to do. He's got a 3-inch height and reach advantage over Gomez, who should be made to work, really, if he wants to get in close and maybe pay too. He's going to need to roll and bob and weave and find a way in past that jab. Now, this is more what Arthur should have been doing from the start, you'd have thought. Great start to the second round, this by Arthur, sharp as a needle.
The jab working so well, very, very sharp and very accurate. But he's got to take some of the intensity out of Gomez.
Lovely right hand too. He's got a good repertoire and he can adapt and think in there. Gomez wants to rough him up with the hooks on the inside. Gomez, whose real name is Armstrong, he's got that written on the back of his trunks, you'll see. Changed his name to Gomez after the Puerto Rican ring legend Wilfredo Gomez. This is great stuff from Arthur. Combination punching off the jab, and he smiles at somebody at ringside. I think it was Barry McGuigan who will have approved of that. He's had advice, I know, down the years from Barry and Ken Buchanan as well, the great world lightweight champion from Edinburgh, who's here tonight, of course. This is textbook stuff here from Arthur in round 2.
Well, Gomez has to get past that jab. He's got to close the distance, and he's got to start letting the shots go much quicker than he is.
Switch southpaw for a moment then as well, Arthur. Echoes here of some great Edinburgh fight nights of the past, when it used to be the boxing capital of Scotland. The great Ted Kid Lewis fought in this city.
This is where Gomez can be rough and can knock Arthur out of his style.
Gomez looking to prove tonight that he's not a faded fighter, a light of former years. He has had 3 wins since his damaging loss to Kevin Lear, when frankly that night he did look a busted flush. Clean it up. Little warning to both fighters, really.
Well, this is where he's working very, very well, and this is how he needed to come back after that shaky first, Arthur, with some beautiful boxing.
That's a wonderful round of boxing by Alex Arthur. You won't see much better than that. Just witnessed a masterclass in jabbing in round 2 from Alex Arthur. Look at that. He's landed 32 of them already to Gomez's 4.
Yep, great boxing, reminiscent of Ken Buchanan. And that nice jab, perfect poise, and that won him the round comfortably.
Arthur, who said in the build-up to me last night, the only thing that's worrying me about this fight is that I'm not worried. I should be nervous, but I'm not.
Well, he made everybody just about to a man nervous in the audience in that first round.
Yeah, they certainly went quiet, didn't they? Again, fast, sharp combination punching from Arthur. Gomez has to get past that jab again, but he knows that he can shake up Arthur. He did it with almost his first punch of the fight.
Well, I think there is that vulnerability about Arthur. Certainly can leave his chin open, and that always makes it interesting.
That left hook to the body is a trademark shot of Alex Arthur. Only 2 men have ever lasted the distance with him, and nobody's beaten him yet.
But he's going to have to really work in this one.
Gomez has got a cut as well. Gomez has got a cut by the right eye, I think it is. We'll have another look.
Well, Arthur elected to stand and trade with Gomez. Not sure that's the wisest idea. But he's been forced in.
Excitement. The battle of uppercuts and left hook. And that's shaking up Arthur again. That went through to his legs. And another one. And an uppercut. Trouble for Arthur. He battles through it. And Arthur's got some damage, I think, as well in this dramatic fight. It's pretty incredible, this so far. And Gomez is coming on strong. And Arthur is going through a crisis.
A big crisis, Ian. He's been hurt by every left hook.
And this, I'm afraid, puts big question marks about his punch resistance, because he's woozy and he's damaged as well, and he needs the bell to end this round.
Ian, big question marks about this fight. Can he get through?
And there's nearly a minute of the fight in this round still to go, and Arthur, I think, is in danger of getting stopped here. Has to start throwing back, and amazingly he does.
He's still, to me, dazed on his feet. He's not quite there.
He's not. And look at his eyes. His eyes are staring out in a weird kind of way. From instinct, he comes back. Something has to give or go here. It might be Arthur on the night he tops the bill in his home city for the first time. Gomez is getting him. Monstrous left hook. 2 of them. His legs have gone. Arthur's legs have gone. And there are 10 seconds left in the round.
Ian, a lot of fighters would have been stopped here. A lot of fighters, the referee would have pulled them out.
And he's cut as well. And he's getting beaten up by Gomez now. Gomez wants this so bad. It's a massive round. And Gomez hit him, I think, after the bell too. But who can hear it amid this mayhem? He's got him. Arthur is all over the place. I'm not sure he can ever come back from that. Will a minute be long enough?
Ian, he's the champion, but I think in so many cases that fight would have been stopped. He was out on his feet, and I haven't seen many people take as much in a round.
But I think at the very moment the ref would have dived in, he somehow found another couple of punches, just about to keep himself in business by the very ends of his fingernails.
Well, for me, he could have been pulled out. He was desperate trouble. And you just hope, will a minute be long enough for him to recover? Because Gomez has got the key. Arthur cannot get out of the way of that left hook.
We've seen that in the past as well and marked it down as a little weakness, vulnerability against left hook. And you have to wonder too, remember Freddie Roach, his trainer, has not been here at all in the build-up to this fight. He's kind of been trained almost by telephone. The strategy was designed by Roach, but he hasn't been here. It's had to be carried out by his old amateur trainer, Terry McCormick, and he's hurt again here. Away goes Gomez again. And Arthur has to stop these left hooks landing, otherwise he is going to be beaten and humiliated in front of his home support. Gomez is all over him. It's a superb display, this, from Gomez, who's rolling back the years a little. How is Arthur getting through this? Oh, back he comes with a big left hook, and Gomez wants to hold on.
Well, what a terrific fight, Ian. Unbelievable action here. Something has got to give.
Arthur turns it around a bit for the moment, but he must improve his defence. He must get that right glove up more, otherwise he's going to catch every left hook and surely must be stopped. But he's asking questions of Gomez again now.
Well, Arthur's defence is non-existent.
He's all over the place. It leaks too much. More left hooks go in. And he's paying a very, very heavy price.
He should be stopped, I think, at this point. I really do feel the referee needs to jump in. He's taking far too many.
His left eye's busted up as well. Arthur. There's a bit of damage by the right eye of Gomez too, but it's not as serious. And he looks stronger and fresher, and he's been through these kind of battles before. Nothing quite as intense as this, I don't think. I think we got the fight of the year again for the second week running.
Gomez is getting the better of it in close. Arthur's trying, but that's where his weakness is. His chin is right there hanging out.
And Gomez's punch resistance looks better, doesn't it?
It does. It certainly does. Arthur knows that he's got to control it on the jab. He just gets pulled into a fight.
Arthur's landed some ripping punches of his own here, but Gomez has taken those, whereas Arthur looks shaken up by just about everything. He still punches back, though. It is absolutely titanic, gargantuan action, this.
Gomez was hurt a little bit there. Looked to grab as Arthur came off the ropes for some decent shots.
It's spellbinding. This is pure, undiluted boxing drama, and Arthur takes another one. His legs turns to wood again, and yet somehow he stays on his feet. Don't ask me how. I can't begin to explain it. What a fight this is. Good gracious me. But Gomez was shook up a bit as well in that round. He needs, you know, I'm not no disrespect to Terry McCormick, but he needs Freddie Roach in there now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's moved up to that level. He needs more, but, you know, he's had Terry McCormick for most of his career, and, you know, he's excited us. But
he isn't the main trainer of Alex Arthur. Freddie Roach is now. Well, so they keep telling us.
So they tell us, but he's not really. The person that's in the ring, has been in the ring for most of his career, is in the ring tonight. So, you know, he's doing the same thing he always would. But he's just getting caught. We've seen that vulnerability. We've seen how he's open. Gomez is intense enough a fighter to show that, to show the gaps, to show the faults.
But it's not a state secret, is it, that Gomez was going to throw left hooks in the build-up to the fight? You'd have thought they might have worked on that. That's what he does. Fifth round. How about amazing Alex Arthur? It's an amazing fight, this. Gomez cannot miss him with left hooks. But Arthur is showing incredible heart. Let's make that clear. Incredible bravery and heart to battle his way through the fog.
But getting hit with a worrying amount of punches.
His head rocked back by jabs. His defence is absolutely non-existent, but give a lot of credit to Gomez, who keeps on firing in the right shots. Can Arthur somehow turn it around? It's not impossible. That is not impossible. And he's hurt him with a body shot here. Gomez wants to hold on, and it's Arthur's turn to tee off.
Gomez just looks like he's biding his time. As soon as he comes out of that with his arms down, he'll be able to throw shots again.
No head movement whatsoever from Arthur. He is a sitting target.
Gomez looks very, very tired as he winces there, as he goes back to face Arthur. He's been hurt by body punches.
Gomez might be dispirited that he's had Arthur rocking and reeling for so long, hitting with everything, but hasn't put him down yet. You can't help yourself thinking here. Again, the legs of Arthur looked very, very dodgy then. He was almost limping for a moment there, and hopping.
Well, it's all going to be down to durability and fitness, this, because they're both taking a lot of shots. Arthur coming back, success with the body punches.
If Arthur wins this fight, it would be one of the most astonishing victories we have ever witnessed, I would say, in a British ring.
Ian, it's not amazing, it's a miracle if he wins this.
But he might, you know, because Gomez has shown one or two signs of wilting, but back he comes again. The cut is worse by Arthur's left eye. Oh, and this time he does go down from the left hook. It had to happen sooner or later. He's got up quickly and talks to somebody at ringside. He got up too quickly, I think.
Too quickly.
Should have waited for 8.
And he talked to the camera.
Surely now Gomez will do it. Yeah, he's down again. He's down again. And he gets up too quickly again. And he doesn't know where he is. I wonder whether John Coyle has stopped it. No. He lets Arthur get the benefit of the doubt. No, he stopped it this time. And Michael Gomez has the victory after a truly amazing fight. What a win for Michael Gomez. And Alex Arthur paid a very, very heavy price there for having a non-existent defence. I hope he's all right. Down 3 times in the round. The medics are checking him. He got up too quickly each time. His pride was incredible. That's one of the greatest fights we've ever seen in Britain. You and I, Glenn.
Terrific fight. I must say, with the solid, I was quite sickened. I think it should have been stopped after the second knockdown. He should not have took them punches with no defence. Alex Arthur could have been seriously hurt, and I'm absolutely sickened by what went on in the ring after a great fight.
What an incredible win, though, for Michael Gomez, away from home as well, against the man who was being built up as the big golden hope of the future, the possible world champion of the future, getting all the treatment from Frank Warren's organisation. And Gomez has come back from some periods in his career when, frankly, we all thought he was shot, and he's won this fight.
He's proved in life that he's a survivor and that he can come through adversity, and he's done it again. And it really was a sense of will and destiny that prevailed and proved that Michael Gomez could be champion again. And it was a fantastic fight.
Well, I think those of us who were privileged enough to be here at ringside are never, ever going to forget that one.
No, certainly not. The bravery of Alex Arthur, his natural instinct to get up and fight. But I think that's a point where you need protected yourself. Somebody needs to protect you from yourself.
There's his girlfriend, Debbie. He's got a little son who's nearly 2 as well, Alex Jr. They're just checking he's all right. Worrying moments, of course, for everybody. Some oxygen treatment. Yet it did look as if it went on a bit long. I think referee John Coyle was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt in front of his home fans, but really that should not be an issue, should it, Glenn?
No, definitely not. Anybody that gets hit as much as he was getting hit here. There's the knockdown. Good left hook. The legs have gone in. He'd been hit with better shots than that, but the legs had gone. Then the bravado of looking to the camera and then going over to the camera.
That was inexperience, wasn't it, too? He'd never been there before, had he?
Ridiculous to do that sort of thing. You should have been thinking, what do I do? What do I do? How do I get through this?
But his senses were scrambled by this time. They've been scrambled for a long time.
All the way through. There's the second. Again, the legs give way. Just sheer weakness. He just couldn't keep on his feet. Good left hooks.
And the warning signs were there for Alex Arthur. in the opening 15 seconds of the fight.
Definitely, as soon as he got, and he should not have been, for me, allowed to go there straight away. That should never have happened, and I thought that was wrong.
Yes, he was given too much of the benefit of the doubt, I think, to be honest. I think John Coyle certainly couldn't be accused of not giving him every chance. There might be a bit of debate about that, but it's over in round 5, and it's like the old Clint Eastwood line, in all the confusion, I'd kind of forgotten when it ended. It was the 5th after that. John Coyle, the man at the centre of the drama in what could be, as I was saying, his last British Championship fight. We must hope that Alex Arthur is okay after that. What a triumph too for Billy Graham, Ricky Hatton's trainer as well. Of course, he left Brian Hughes, didn't he? And Brian had done a great job with him for a long time too.
He had. I mean, Brian brought him up and brought him a good way, and then maybe it was time for a change, but certainly Brian did him proud.
Frank Warren looks pretty stunned about it, and all Alex Arthur's hopes of glory at the moment lie in tatters. He's been given the big build-up. The atmosphere was just, well, incredible here tonight. Arthur looks okay again, but how does he come back from that? Because I'm afraid that fight left massive question marks about his punch resistance and defence.
Yeah, back to the drawing board, and needs to, seriously look at his whole career, and it's definitely his defence.
But what bravery he showed! Amazing bravery from Alex Arthur tonight. But Gomez has triumphed, and it's the greatest win of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 58 seconds of round number 5, referee John Coyle has dispensed with a count. Your winner by way of technical countout. He is the new super featherweight champion of Great Britain from Manchester, Michael Gomez. And a round of applause, please, for a superb ex-champion who I'm sure will come back from this defeat, Alex Arthur. Steward in charge from the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Bernard Connolly, will now present the Lonsdale belt to the winner and the new champion, Michael Gomez.
Gomez, British super featherweight champion for the 2nd time. Occasionally, you do see things in this game, Barry, that leave you almost speechless. Yeah. Was that one of the greatest fights you have ever seen?
That was a fabulous
at any
fight.
level.
Yeah, that was a fabulous fight. Not for Alex Arthur, unfortunately. His defence was leaky. We talked about the weakness in his defence. I thought he had made adjustments. He told me, we'd heard about it so many times. And
Barry, can I stop you for 1 second here? This young man is incredible. Gomez is totally incredible. Don't let's talk now about the mistakes Alex Arthur made. Gomez was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I apologise for all through his career that I haven't given him the full credit he deserves. He'll get it from now on. That was out of this world.
Absolutely
fantastic,
brilliant.
Michael Gomez.
You didn't allow me to say that, Jim.
Sorry, Barry.
You didn't allow me to say that. What a brilliant fight. Gomez came back from, this is a guy who's fought all his career. I talked about it this morning in the paper. He's come through adversity all his life. A marvellous turnaround for his career.
It's his triumph. Let's hear from him.
Michael Gomez, you came back from the brink, really, in life. You've come to the Lion's Den, and you've told us what we really didn't believe was going to happen. How did you do that?
I'll tell you how I did it, with a team effort. Look at Billy and Ricky Hatton, Bobby Rimmer, Kenny Case, all of us stuck together. We went back to basics with Billy. We've got a new dietitian and worked out from scratch. I had to give up my whole life. I moved away from my family and my kids to do this. You know, full respect to Alex. He's a brave kid, he'll come again, because you hurt me. Hey, you hurt me. You hurt me a few times, I dug deep like I told you all I would do, and I come back. And I'm back again. Back where I was 2 years ago. Kevin Lee is the man I want. Come fight the real Michael Gomez. The real man.
I think we saw the real Michael Gomez in there tonight. You had him going in the first round, and he couldn't get out of the way of your left hook. Was that the answer?
You know, I went left hook, Cappy. That was a terrible performance, really. No disrespect. I mean, skill-wise, it was all heart again. I need to start controlling it. You know, I want to go onto the world stage. I've shown I've got a heart. You know, Lee, come find a real man. That's all I'm saying.
In such a sizzling battle, was it your heart and your conditioning and your desire that got you through this?
Yeah, man, I had to dig deep for this, you know. Billy telling me everything back in the corner. You know, like I said, it was a team effort. We all done it, man. I had to dig deep when he hit me with a body shot. He was a left hook to the head, but I had to dig deep, and I did do. Times I was hurt when you don't see. I think everybody's seen the body shot, but I dug deep and I come through it. You know, with a left hook in the first round, I think I don't say I broke it, but I'm not a doctor, but I've hurt my left hand in the first round. But I kept going through it, and that's it. That's how I got through it, man.
Let's move to trainer Billy Graham. You love the role as the underdog. How did you get him in that, Nick, for the performance of his life?
And I told everybody who'd listen what was going to happen, and I was taking that away from Alex. Believe you me, I knew this was going to be a war, and I think Alex is a great fighter. He'll definitely come again. But I just knew Michael's getting better all the time, and this time next year he will be a better fighter. I just knew he could do it, and I had faith in him, and this is what boxing's about.
Michael Gomez, all of your boxing career was on this night. You've come through it. In words, your feeling?
You know, it was, like I said, team effort. I'm back. Are the European champion next, or Kevin Lay? And thanks to Tom Jones as well.
Thanks for a fabulous fight and night.
Thank you, Sky.
No, Adam, it was even better than that. He never lost that title belt in the ring, and he's going back to Manchester with it, and he's going to leave us with some of the greatest memories. It's been our privilege to bring you on Sky Sports. More from Barry and Jim when we come back. Did come to hail Alex Arthur, but to a man, Edinburgh has instead saluted Michael Gomez after his sensational performance here tonight. Barry, we interrupted you. Please continue.
Oh, what a fight. What can you say? It was all there. Don't need to say anything. What a fantastic fight. And, you know, Gomez he turned his career around tonight, and he's got a chance again. But we all thought Alex was going to do it, and he got caught in that first round, and he never recovered. He came out and boxed well in the second and threw it away in the third. And at the end of the third, I said to Jim, if he gets through this, he'll be a fabulous fighter.
The punches you took in the third round, you don't get through that. You don't take that and recover. He almost did a couple of times, but I don't know if it's because I felt personally involved, but that's the most exciting fight I've ever sat ringside in my life. It was wonderful.
That good?
It was that good. It was that good.
When you're a commentator, you have to remain impartial.
I don't know if it's because I was watching a Scotsman and I felt involved in it, but I've never been so excited in my whole life.
More dispassionately, you know, along the way and the rise of Alex Arthur until tonight, you have raised questions about his style, Jim, and how he was adapting when he was going in against better and better men in professional class.
Ali has a couple of problems. A bad problem with his defence. His head is far too high, and when he takes a punch, there's a macho part of his personality. He's too quick to try and get back at his opponent. Sometimes you have to take a punch, cover up, you know, just survive, but he never does that. He always wants to come back. And
Barry, I think it's well known that Michael Gomez has idolised you, and it was shades of the old McGuigan, the best of Gomez, and he seemed made for Arthur's style tonight.
I have to tell you, his performance tonight was fantastic. What he done was he showed that he was a true professional. The fight went his way from the start, but he made it go his way. He went straight in, and what he done was he used that upper body movement, and Alex just could not put the jab on him, and every time he came back on the right-hand side, he came back with his left hook. Slipped to the right, came back with his left hook.
Do you go with Jim that round 3 is one of the greatest single rounds we have ever seen?
I tell you what, I don't think we have a better round on Sky Television, Sky Boxing. In all our time, we've been covering the years 10, 14 years. I don't think we'll ever see a round like this. It was fantastic. How Alex Arthur stayed on his feet.
We were finding things out about him. I know Jim is right in saying that, you know, the legs had gone completely.
Absolutely.
But we were finding out. He wasn't throwing it in.
He was not. I have to tell you this. I mean, he showed so much intestinal fortitude, so much guts, so much determination. He took some of the best punches I've seen a fighter take as a super featherweight. Unbelievable.
The trouble at this stage, he had taken so many shots, his balance was gone, his legs
couldn't
weren't right.
box.
When your balance is not right, your own punches do not have the power. So